Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back if you've been here a while. This is going to be a bit different. It's not about makeup, it's not about beauty or influencer boxes that I've gotten. It's not a review of anything. It's different. It's kind of like my freeform chit-chat type videos, but it's one I've been thinking about doing for a while, or at least since I heard the news. So what to say right out? Linkin Park is my favorite band. They've been my favorite band since their first album debuted. And you talk to any of my friends that I've had throughout my life, and they'll tell you three things that remind them of me. Number one, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I was involved in Denver for a little while in my early 20s. Christian Bale. He's been my favorite actor since 92. I was 11. And Linkin Park. When the news broke, July 20th, I think I got messages from friends asking if I was okay. I wasn't, because my favorite band lost their lead singer. My favorite band lost one of their best friends. And I wouldn't say that he was an idol for me necessarily, but they were my favorite band. Unintentionally wearing one of my Linkin Park shirts. It just happened to be the first t-shirt I grabbed when I got home from work this afternoon. So as everybody knows, he lived with depression. He had a lot of bad shit that happened to him when he was a kid. He was, using drugs and drinking alcohol from a young age. But that seems to be the norm almost with a lot of rock stars, So we kind of move past that. But I heard the news. I was on my lunch break in my car listening to music I wanted to listen to. And the DJ came on the radio and he said, Chester Bennington of Linkin Park been found dead in his home from an apparent suicide. I was a mess when I heard. And going back into work was tough. I just wanted to come home, curl up in a ball, cry, and listen to Meteora over and over again at the highest volume I possibly could. I wasn't sure how to deal with it. There have been several celebrities who have passed since I started keeping track in 96 that have affected me. And for some rhyme or reason or farm or whatever, it started in 96, I think it was 96, 97 when Princess Diana died. That's the first time I cried. When somebody I had no idea, had no connection to, or didn't even know. It's the first time I cried when when a celebrity, I guess, died. Um, I cried with my husband, or for my husband with him, when Robin Williams died. Coincidentally enough, for the same reasons that Chester did. Both Chester and Robin were living with depression. I cried when Alan Rickman died. I cried when Spock still gets me. I cried when Leonard Nimoy passed away, because I've been watching him since I was a little girl. Star Trek was the reason why, when I was 5 years old, I wanted to be an astronaut. And then I watched the Sandra Bullock movie as an adult, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that. But death is hard. Life is hard. And when you're living with depression, or you're living with anxiety or some kind of mental health issue, you need to have some kind of support group. Be it your friends, your family, random strangers that you talk to once a week. As long as you're talking, talking about it, trying to figure out how to resolve it. And I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass for whatever reason, because mental health issues run in my family. I have anxiety and mild depression. I had a couple bouts with depression when I was younger. Thankfully, nothing's really happened with that negatively since I got with my husband. And it's been 13 years. My husband and I have been together for 13 years. So he's been there for me for the last 13 years. Now, I can only hope that, Chester was able to talk to his wife and talk to his friends. Try and find some way to get help. Because if he'd gotten help, he'd still be here. They'd still have concerts. And I'd be able to see him live. And alive. I'm an ugly crier, by the way. But he's not here. And we won't have a chance to hear him sing new tracks from the band. We won't hear anything new with his voice from his band, from the side band he had. Let's say it was Dead by Sunrise. We won't see anything. And as far as the band goes, I have no idea what's in store for them. They've canceled they've canceled their One More Light tour. No idea if it's ever gonna come back. I am almost positive that Chester knew how much we loved him. But it wasn't enough. Our love and adoration for him, it wasn't enough. And I keep thinking, maybe maybe I should have, maybe I should have tweeted about their music more, tweeted about him more. Maybe I should have done, and then it's not just me. I mean, it's the whole Linkin Park underground. It's all of us, it's what could we have done to change things? What could we all have done to make sure he was still here? It's been a couple weeks. Filming this on Saturday, August 5th. And he passed on July 20th. Mental health isn't a joke. Depression is not a joke. Anxiety is not a joke. And you could hear it in specific tracks. He was really good at putting what he was thinking into his music. Into the songs that he wrote. No, it's not necessarily like, John Lennon and Paul McCartney where you can almost tell who wrote which songs. But you can hear the emotions every time he sang those tracks. Every single album, in my opinion, starting from Hybrid Theory all the way up through One More Light, was a cry for help. And I don't know if they were dismissed by his friends, his family, his bandmates. I don't know. And I'm not blaming them. So it's not their fault. Want you guys to know it is not your fault that he's gone. And his family, it's not your fault he's gone. He made the decision to do what he did. And suicide is a selfish act. No matter which way you cut it, no matter who it is, it's still a selfish act because he had these people he could talk to. He had the means to go seek help professionally if he needed to. I remember watching an interview, one of his last interviews, and he said something to the effect of when he was with others, whether it was the band, with his family, when he was performing at concerts, he was happy. And he was doing just fine. But that's because, I think, the voices were silenced or muted while he was doing that. And it wasn't until he was by himself when you're by yourself, you have a lot of time to think. And when you have a lot of time to think, sometimes you think the worst. Sometimes you think that everybody would be better off if you were never there. Sometimes you think that, it'd be so much easier for everybody if I wasn't there. See, and you make yourself think that that would be the right thing to do. That'd be the selfless thing to do. But then you leave and you're gone, and there's no way to bring you back. And you see how distraught everyone close to you becomes. Now, I know he's, with his buddy Chris from Soundgarden. But see, then there's another one, He killed himself also. And if I'm not mistaken, in the same fashion that Chester did. And also, if memory serves, July 20th was Chris Cornell's birthday. We're going to miss Chester. I'm going to miss Chester. And it's going to be a while. I'm going to, binge watching and binge listening to everything Linkin Park. I don't need to sit down and really listen to the lyrics, because I really listen to the lyrics all the time. Hell, they're relatable to me. So I'm very thankful for my support system. And I don't know where I would be without them. I have my support system with my husband. Oddly enough, when I was part of Rocky Horror Picture Show, that was when my I'm a recovering cutter. I did a lot of my early 20s, and my Rocky Horror Picture Show people helped me out a lot, and I appreciate them for it, because I have no idea how far I would have gone had they not stepped in. The scars are faded, but they're always there. Okay? Because you can see, maybe, here, as well as here. Now, I have this tattoo for my daughter. She means the world to me. And I have her covering up scars from a different me. The scars aren't gone. They'll always be there as a reminder. But I have her there also as a reminder. Something to be good for. Something to be my best. I want to be the best mom I can possibly be for her. She'll be 11 years old soon. It's a scary thought for me. It's a scary thought for any mother. Knowing that the little Ebe baby is growing up. And that's something that I'll have that Chester won't ever be able to experience. I get to watch my children grow up. And he won't. I mean, you have to wonder what was going through his head. You want to be there for your children. You want to watch your kids grow up and become amazing people. And now those children are without a father. My heart goes out to them. More than anybody, my heart goes out to his children. I need to stop this video. It's going on long. And I'm just going to end up repeating myself over and over. So, if you've made it this far, thank you. Sometimes it's easier to talk when you're just talking. So yeah. And just like everybody else has done with their messages, you know, if you or someone you know is depressed, thinking about taking their own lives, contact who you need to contact. I will have the information in the description box, and I'll try to have the information over here somewhere. But if you want to, I guess I think it's if you wanted to donate anything to help, musicforrelief.org, I believe, is what Mike was tweeting about last week or week before. There's always an answer. Taking your own life is not that answer. So, I miss you, Chester.